Alright guys, so I kept my word. We're going to start putting the other engine in this guy. This one runs, but just not up to my standards. So, start fixing the grass around here that I destroyed over winter. Kaylin's back here hard at work. And this is what's happening. So the two ST10s, I thought about it over the past few weeks, and I just don't have the time or energy that I want to put into them. And the more I looked at that steering setup, I really don't even want to play with it to try and make that work. But they're not going to get scrapped or anything, at least at this time. They're going to go to the junkyard that we have, a friend of ours' junkyard that we put some of our cars from our shop in. So if I get the bug in me sometime in the summer and I want a weird project, then these will come back to life. But if not, then a year or two from now they'll just end up where they were going to go eventually. But all the good parts will be picked off them when they leave here, so see what happens. We are putting the 10 horsepower onto her 12 just because it runs absolutely perfect, and I believe that it has low hours, so it'll be a good engine for her. So that's what we got going on today. So these two guys are going to get stripped, get them out of here, so I got room to play with other toys, because got to get one of mine down here. I can't keep thinking about these and that yellow Hydro. I got to get that one to where it runs and drives, and get back to more important stuff, because I never was a custom fan or these ST10 series tractor fans. So good parts machines, that's what I bought them for. Got them for a good price. I wanted the skinny wheels and the engines and the fenders and the nose cone on that one, obviously, and the other miscellaneous stuff. So let me get to work and see what we can come up with today.
Okay guys, so this is what we got done so far. We got the first ST10 torn apart. We still have the seat pretty loose on here because we're debating on whether we want to keep the seat spring or not. It's always nice to have spare parts. The dash is in pretty good shape too, so eventually we're probably going to end up cutting the steering wheel off, keeping the dash. It's a shame, all the decals and everything were pretty nice. But this isn't our forte. Back here, Jeff's still working on this one. We're going to eventually get it to the same point.
She's loose.
I'll show you guys really fast what this engine here is going to end up going on. This here's the parts hoard. It'll end up joining the others. But that engine is going to end up going on my tractor, Jehovah. Now, unfortunately, Jehovah needed a heart transplant, so we sent out an ad, and we ended up getting the ST10 Ford Stoner. But this little guy here will be joining us at PA Plow Day this year, so anybody that's coming, you'll know what to expect. We have the wiring harness and everything. Hopefully we'll get that in today, along with the engine. And Jehovah will be purring like a kitten. So stay tuned, guys.
Okay, so this is where all my junkers come to live. That way I'm able to come back to them. We got quite the mess going on here. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, it is a shame that I parted them all out, but pretty much if I deem them as being junk, they are junk, so don't you worry. These are the only ones that weren't junk, but I'm just not into them. But the other ones, definitely. But I'm gonna go get something to eat and head back and start tinkering. Alright, you just saw in our past video that we went to the junkyard and got rid of some of the stuff for the time being. That's my free storage. This is the motor she's cleaning up. She got it all degreased thanks to my brake cleaner. I'm going to swap the muffler on that and get that painted either black or blue or whatever we have up there. And that's the parts engine, which I just found out this one, the magnets must have fell off the flywheel. So I got to fix that. And we started bolting this together. And I got a belt on it. So tomorrow maybe we'll get a little romp around on this guy. And I put this color paint on very lightly just so it doesn't rust, and it kind of blends in better. So maybe put another real light coat and maybe it'll blend. But soon we'll be pulling the motor off this guy after we get a little bit more work done on the yellow one. And then tomorrow we'll probably tinker with this some and this one, now that we got some room back here. So that's where we're at. See what we can do with the fuel system in these fenders.
Well, we just loaded up the engine on there so we could take it to the storage unit. Tractor fired up on the first time. This one here's got the gas tank and we got a seat on it and everything. Tail light. We're gonna get this wired and hopefully running tomorrow. Took some of the parts up to the Horde. This is what we still have left to do.
Alright, I just moved some engines from back here. I've been taking up space on the back porch, and from the one that we just stripped down, the ST10. So we're going to clean up a little bit back here. Got a little bit more done on the Hydro here, I'll show you in a second. This still hasn't been doing anything. Old chicken dinner here, which was one of the ones I've got probably a year or two ago. It gave me the most trouble, but it honestly is the best one. It starts up first turnover, whatever you want to say. First few seconds it starts right up every time. Done a bunch of little modifications to make it better each time. Plows really well, and I just went with the patina look. Ended up getting a different hood, grill off a different one, put on it, different dash. This steering wheel Kaylin and I repaired. So it was cracked right here and actually a chunk missing off of it. So just been mini restoration it. And this is the motor that I painted, and now it matches it patinaed pretty well. So need to put another belt on it maybe in the future, but for now it's been working fine. But this is what we got done on the 16 Hydro. Got the gas tank and seat spring painted. Those are the fenders. I had to notch it for that, which I went right off the original one and made the same notch in it. It matches really well. The gas tanks, obviously, it sticks out like a sore thumb. But once I scratch it up, and I'm thinking about Scotch-Brighting it and whatnot, it should match a little bit better. That's the Tuscan Sun yellow by Rust-Oleum. And then that's another panel I had upstairs. It matches everything, that tail light panel. That paint turned out decent. Once the 3 points on there, it'll look nice. And then I think I showed you, we put a belt on it. I need to get a hood cable put on it, so I stopped doing that. And maybe reinforce that hinge a little bit better. This is a mess. I didn't get to the wiring yet. But I got where the fuel can't run back to the gas tank every time I shut it off. And then I have it just looped here. Fuel filter into the carburetor, into the fuel pump. So, getting a little bit closer. Oh, and I put the old Madonnas on there, the hubcaps. I got them on eBay. You can see why they're called that. They're kind of pointy, look like something out of Grease. And that's where we're at with it. I still need to figure something out with this. I have a spring. Well, I did. I don't know where it's at actually now. I probably lost. Gotta tear that apart and somehow make that to where it works. But getting better every day. So gonna move some stuff around. Well, Kaylin's moving stuff around. I'm just talking, and we're gonna get hers, get the motor pulled off of it, and then tomorrow is gonna be this and hers only. No more ST10s clouding my judgment and making me want to do stuff. So that's where we're at right now. I also need to clean up around here a little bit. And that sickle bar needs put away somewhere, put on a tractor so it can be stored a little bit better. It was on this, but since I put the snowplow on, I couldn't have it on. I was going to run it with the snowplow and the sickle bar on it, but that didn't work out. But getting stuff done, a little bit at a time. Okay, so that took no time at all. Now the plan is, I know that's a 10 horsepower, but if you saw how well it runs absolutely perfect. And if you consider, like, that tractor, the Suburban 10, how well it runs with the rear end, it's going to be perfect for this one. It kind of is a bothersome thing that it's an SS12 and I'm putting a 10 on it, but when you have a perfect running 10, it's almost too good. You just can't. I know it says 12 on this block. That one's gonna say 10, but in my eyes, that's the best thing that we can do for this one, especially for her. And we plan on keeping it, and it'll make it a really nice one. Plus, it came with the wiring harness, which everything's in really good shape. Everything's gonna bolt on there. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna put the tin work and all the brackets for a starter generator with the pulley. So all this tin work that she labored and made look real pretty is going to go on that block once she paints it blue. So I'm going to use the flywheel that the stator's behind it to charge the battery, and then the only thing that the starter generator is going to do is start the engine, which most starter generators, that's all they're good for, is starting, because none of them, it seems, make electricity, at least with mine. So that's the plan. I'm trying to talk her into a stack, but she wants the old pepper shaker on there, and we'll see what happens. But it's going to have the correct air filter now instead of that one. It's going to be overall, I think, really cool. And I might switch to the dipstick tube, but I might not. But it should turn out really nice. And that pulley's going to come off, so we'll put a correct pulley on it. Going to get the headlights wired up, put different grill inserts in it that are nicer, get the wheels painted. It's going to be nice. So that's what we got going on. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow we'll take her for a burn. Maybe we'll get that far with it. It'll definitely be a lot farther than it's been, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so we got the engine off. All the wiring out of the ST10 is put on here. We're gonna put the rectifier where the original regulator was. Just have to drill holes for the starter solenoid because this one didn't have one. We got the headlight wiring in place. I got to get an amp gauge. Reusing the ignition switch, which surprisingly the rust matches the wood grain really nicely, so we're going to leave that the way it is. Got to clean some of that off, the rust that happened from the other engine, from water getting on it. And yeah, got the engine cleaned off nice, setting back there. That's the remnants of the wiring from the other one if we need anything. But all in all, pretty good. She's gonna make another seat cover for this one. That's just a pattern from another one I bought. We got a cameo of the cat, but she's gonna turn out nice. Had a bunch of greasy fingerprints. We got them polished off. That was bothering me. But get new front tires for it. Different rims. We're gonna go with skinnies and get the 23 1050-12 D-Stone Ags on the back. Get the wheels painted. It's gonna be nice. We got the other one wrapped back up. Made a little bit of mess with some leaves here, but pretty eventful day. Got a lot accomplished. I know we got to fix the tire rod end on this one. Well, now it won't even come off. Maybe it fixed itself. The tire rod end won't come off now. So we're gonna have to make that tire rod end break again, take it off. And it's probably because it got colder out. That's funny. But keep on trucking. Get some more done with this. Kaylin's pretty excited. So just some more monkeying with it and we'll have it made. Oh, and the magnet did come off that flywheel. We're going to fix that tonight. Which one was it? This one? Whichever one comes off, I guess. Yeah, we're just going to have to... I'll probably just feeler gauge these distances, make it to where it's centered, sand that, and put some super glue or epoxy on there that I have upstairs, probably JB Weld. Then it can set all night and we'll put that together. But this motor just keeps fascinating me. There's like no dirt, no dust, no nothing in anything. Just absolutely perfect. It still has the coating on all that stator. Just behind, you know, you can't see really well, but everything, just everything's perfect on that motor. just clean as a whistle. So it's going to be a really nice one for this guy. And it will be at plow day. I'm probably going to put an 8-inch plow on it for her. And we're going to probably ditch the wheel weights or ditch the hubcaps and put wheel weights, or I might put a set of wheel weights I have on the inside for her, which would be really cool and tricked where we can run the hubcaps. But it'd be a shame to destroy the hubcaps too in the same sense. So yes sir. Oh, and we're going to put them shift knobs off the custom would probably be nice on here too because they're shinier. But we're getting cold. We're going to call it quits. But tomorrow we're going to do some more to her. Oh yeah, take that up definitely. Get more done with this, and I'd like to take that 16 Hydro for a burn maybe tomorrow. Because she's looking a lot better. Fenders turned out nice. I gotta get the throttle cables. I'm gonna try and use the throttle cable and choke cable off these ST10s and maybe they'll work. I'm gonna cut that steering wheel off because it's bent and tweaked and all kinds of fucked. So we'll see. Oh, and that hardware we just took off them rims that are sitting over there, they need to get put on this because I'm still rocking the cotter pin on there. That was just to get it home. So until tomorrow, that's it guys. Talk to you later.